Hello everybody, Hassan here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's video, I want to talk about the latest news on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, China tackling Bitcoin and other cryptos. I want to talk about this in this video. And before we even do that, guys, please like this video, smash that like button. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, really helps this channel. If you haven't subscribed, guys, please subscribe. Really helps the channel, helps the community, and this is the mission of this channel, is to raise awareness of several of these technologies to everybody for free so we can all have the same levels of opportunities in this competitive space. So guys, huge price actions around the crypto world, right? Obviously there's the stocks, the public markets, the equities, and so on. They're having their own stories in 2021, but cryptos, obviously they hit all-time highs earlier this year, and ever since then we've seen negative price action. Like if you take a look at Bitcoin right now, this is in Canadian dollars, so obviously let's turn this back to USD, because I know a lot of you guys are Americans watching this video. So that's about $32,000 Bitcoin, right? From its all-time highs currently as we speak, it's about 50% down, right? Ethereum 56%, Dogecoin 73% down from its all-time highs. Guys, this is not just a price correction. This is a crash. Okay, this is a crash. This is recognized as a crash in any investing terms. When you have this much drop, if you're talking about 50, 60, 70% drop from its all-time highs, that is a crash. Okay, so let's try to put some terms here clear. And obviously things have been boiling in the crypto world. We saw the tweets from Elon Musk about the whole energy fund, and then we saw many other nations really tackling Bitcoin. And that's actually what I wanted to talk about here in this article from Decrypt: China 2021 Bitcoin crackdown, what you need to know. And this article really goes down deep into when this started for China and what's happening right now as we speak. But basically, China is really cracking down on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in the nation the past few weeks. And this actually started way few years ago, but recently things have been heating up. And what I didn't want to mention is that there's two sides of this coin, right? There's one side of the coin you can make the argument that this is good for Bitcoin and good for cryptocurrencies because you get this attention. We know China is not a democracy, it's not a free public market democracy. We know this. This is a fact. It's now no secret. The whole CCP exists for a reason, right? But then there's the other side of the coin, guys, is that you're shutting down billions of people literally from the crypto world, from Bitcoin. And although there will always be ways to transact over the Bitcoin network or other cryptocurrencies network, because those are decentralized, we talked about this in previous videos. The idea of having a decentralization means that no centralized entity, no organization, no community, no government can control Bitcoin. No government can control any cryptocurrency that is truly decentralized. But you're still shutting down over a billion people to transact over those networks, right? You're discouraging them to allow them to adopt such assets, such technologies, right? I still believe many people will still be on those networks, right? Especially Chinese that are very pro Bitcoin, pro crypto. They will find ways to transact over it, and they will find ways to evade any government sanctions or any government penalties. But that is still a negative news, guys. You still don't want to see that in the crypto world, especially Mike Novogratz here, CEO and founder of Galaxy Digital here, a public company in the Toronto Stock Exchange. And he said China news is not good. Z is an authoritarian leader who wants control over things. Bitcoin is the opposite of authoritarianism. Chinese citizens will always find a way to move assets out of the system, but they are making it harder. Will take some time to play out. Keep the faith, right? So this was tweeted literally yesterday. So it's definitely not good news. Okay, like let's try to make some terms clear, right? There is a crash in the cryptos world. It is definitely not good news that a country like China, right? China is expected to be the most dominant country in the upcoming decades if things play out the way they're playing out. They're expected to overtake US in terms of economy. There's a bunch of stats, bunch of reports over that. I'll leave the viewers to do their own research on that statistic, that prediction. But China is expected to be one of those, that dominant player around the world. They are already dominant, number two basically around the world, but they're expected to take that spot in the upcoming decades if things keep playing out the way they play out. And for them to ban out straight Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is a huge blow to the crypto world. This is definitely not good. But here's the thing though. Here's what my thoughts are on this. First of all, it's not like this is a surprise, right? We all knew this was bound to happen, right? A country like China is definitely not a fan of decentralization, right? That's the whole purpose of CCP from China. That's their whole purpose is for their assets, for their businesses, for their economy to be centralized through the governments, through the local authorities, so that they can have full control and basically run their country and their entities under it. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies totally disrupt that model, right? It disrupts it. That's the whole point of Bitcoin existing, not just for the situation in China, but for other situations around the world. So this is should be no surprise to any investor. This should be no surprise. It's definitely not good news, but this should be no surprise. Now, what I do also want to mention is that not every single country will adopt China's mentality, right? China is China. There is no other country like China. And perhaps there are other countries trying to mimic China's model, business model, but I can guarantee you that many countries do not want to follow China's model. They don't even have the systems and the processes in place to even be able to follow something like what China has done over the decades, right? So we saw how El Salvador, as a country, they adopted officially Bitcoin. They made it legal tender a few weeks ago. They are the first country to do so. And we also said there were three countries looking into legalizing Bitcoin in the upcoming months, and that was Iran, that was Paraguay, and that was also Tanzania from Africa. And we also know other countries around the world in different regions, whether that's Central America, South America, Africa, they are also seriously looking into Bitcoin. They are looking into regulations and allowing cryptocurrencies to transact. They are looking to adopt those cryptocurrencies in their governments. Processes and systems, right? So it's not just about taxing, it's not just about regulation, it's actually about adopting, allowing citizens and merchants to transact, attracting businesses around the world to their country, their local regions, and so on. So we know this is happening. So in a sense, when you take a look at these price action, guys, when you take a look at these price actions, yes, they're very bad. Okay, we're looking at a serious crash in the crypto world, but at the same time, guys, there are massive opportunities here. There are massive opportunities. Again, we never provide financial advice, guys, so please do your own research. I will never tell you guys to buy now or sell now. I will never do that. Whether that's about Bitcoin, whether that's about Tesla stock, or even a genomics company, it doesn't matter. We will never provide financial advice. But what I can tell you is that when you see these things, these assets down this much, there are opportunities. Maybe next week it'll be down another 5%, or maybe next week it'll be up 10%. Who knows, right? No one can predict these price actions. So the point I'm trying to make here is that if you're looking at things long term, this shouldn't be an issue to you in terms of what the price should be long term, right? If the fundamentals of Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies have not changed, right? The fundamentals have not changed. Like no one has hacked the Bitcoin network. Satoshi didn't come back and retrieve his coins or whatever. There is no quantum technology out there that can decrypt any of these cryptocurrencies, decentralized cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and so on. So there's not the fundamentals have not changed. What has changed is the narrative, right? The energy FUD, which by the way, the energy FUD was here way before, even in 2017 when we were having the huge initial rise of the ICO craze. We had that energy FUD, and it's still happening, right? So these narrative always come back, right? And you got to ask yourself at some point, who are the biggest winners of these pushing these narrative, and in reality it's usually the legacy media, right? Legacy media trying to push this narrative, trying to push one crypto project against another, like Ethereum going to flip Bitcoin. Like, what does that even mean? Like, when you think about it, like the simple way of explaining it is, well, one Ethereum will be more valuable than one Bitcoin. But what does that even mean, guys? Like, the idea of Bitcoin and Ethereum, their use cases are so different, right? And they both are tackling different industries around the world, even though they both share some commonalities, right? Like the idea of having a decentralized cryptocurrency, the idea of replacing legacy institutions with newer technologies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. But it's not really meant to be flipping one on each other, right? And cryptocurrencies shouldn't be going against each other, right? This is the whole legacy media pushing it. I've seen it in legacy media website. I've seen it in the news. They're always trying to push this narrative, whether that's about energy, right? Or whether that's about, one crypto project, trying to take over another, or even using like individuals like Elon Musk, and right, they're talking about how Elon Musk is now anti-Bitcoin. But guys, Elon Musk still owns Bitcoin. He still owns Dogecoin, right? This guy allowed Tesla to buy and hold Bitcoin, right? So I just want to talk about that in this video, right? Yes, there is negative price action. Yes, there is a crash. Yes, China is cracking down on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, but we have to focus on the long term picture, guys. There are other nations looking into jumping on top of El Salvador. The adoption rates are going up, right? Different companies are coming about. Different companies are going to public markets like Bitfarms. Recently, they went on the public market as well. So we are seeing a higher adoption rate. We are seeing positive things going on in this space. Although there are some negative things, but then again, who didn't expect that, right? Did you really expect an authoritarian government to just open their arms to a technology like Bitcoin? Come on, guys, like let's use common sense here. So that's what I wanted to say. Hopefully you guys appreciate this video. I want to talk about the latest news with Bitcoin, with cryptocurrencies, but I also wanted to really give my 2 cents here on what I think the future of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency projects hold. And I also wanted to squeeze that narrative, that legacy media narrative inside there, to just, food for thought, right? Guys, think about where you're getting your information. Think about, why do you feel so anti Ethereum or anti Bitcoin? Think about where these feelings are coming from, right? Is it really coming from your analysis of technologies and you really truly believe that one crypto project should not exist? Or is it because someone is trying to push that narrative to you, right? Keep that in mind. Hopefully you guys appreciate this video. Please like it. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you have any thoughts, leave it in the comments below. I'm really looking to hear what you guys think. And we'll see each other in the next video. Thank you very much. Have a great week. Thank you.